no matter what, we're going to have the hard conversations. We're going to be honest. And it just kind of is what it is. We're not going to sell our souls to sell a policy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
How long were y'all actually in the agency before y'all acquired it?
So when we showed up in mid 2021, we bought half in by the end of the year. And then we finally retired Michael in January 2024. So 2025 is our first year as ESI completely.
Now, the learning curve was amazing. I mean, you got to think about it. We came into an agency that was
Established.
It was established.
Because we're going on 20.
It had a
20
solid
years.
foundation, but it was like any foundation in Texas. It's going to get cracks, and it's going to, if you don't take care of it and
it's
maintain
built on
it,
clay.
it's
Right.
if
you don't water your foundation.
yeah, it's not going to be as profitable as it should be, right?
Yeah.
So we walked in on we hate to say like a dying agency, but that's what it felt like when we walked in. And my background with, well, one, not really knowing insurance
Right.
at the time. Like I literally I studied for a month, took the test. Like the day I landed in Plano,
You had your orders. And
I had
mission.
my,
You
I
were ready
did
to go.
100%. I had it all lined out. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I studied for a month on an online course, flew into Texas. I tried to push the test because my plane got shifted and delayed. And I ended up coming in. As soon as I got into Plano, I had 30 minutes to get to my test. So I just went right in and took the test, passed, which was awesome because
Got an 87.
I passed, right? And then really, I took on the role as all the administrative functions in the agency.
Yeah.
Because we had to find out exactly what the agency still had.
Yeah.
Right? Because the old owner wasn't real big on keeping good records. Like, I mean, it was still all in filing cabinets and
Paper based, not digital.
He
It
still
wasn't-
didn't
yeah.
understand that, the files you can actually put files in a computer.
That's
No,
a
it's
lot
true.
of the industry.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
He digitized us, organized
Well,
us.
the problem was like
structured
I didn't understand any of the functions and systems, like a lot of the tech that came along
Right.
with the insurance.
The management system,
management
the
systems,
lead
exactly, right.
referrals. Yeah.
So I started digging into those, and because the files were so spread out through the whole agency, I just made our own. So I
Yeah.
turned around and did what I do best when I was in special forces and running these kind of operations or just planning things out. I just started building my own spreadsheets. I started locking things down, and we just wrote it all out, and we turned into our own little master database.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And what that helped me do is by reading through every single policy that we owned in that agency, I started learning about insurance
Right.
a little
Right.
bit more in detail. And then plus managing some clients and especially when I found out like either a policy wasn't written or it was written incorrectly, and then us having to reach out and giving the hard truth to individuals and saying, hey, we're fixing these things right now.
Yeah.
So that was a big push for the agency for us to get up and running, right? And
Yeah.
Deanna was just a machine running everything. Like she took over all the personal lines, all the commercial lines, and she was just killing it out there. And I was just trying to build that foundation back up.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
But it was a great partnership. We both know our roles in the agency, and it really comes down to right back down to the communication, and we're both willing to jump in anywhere we need to.
Yep.
So it's been great.
So knowing that established a really good foundation, do y'all still operate off that same, or have y'all implemented new technologies?
I just keep upgrading the current database that we have.
Guilty.
I have quick links all over the place that brings me right to our cloud, and we just customer calls, we click it, it goes
I got to
right
tell
to
you,
their
I
files.
love our spreadsheet. I love
It's a spreadsheet.
my master client list. I live off of it. Like we were talking last night, right? I'm like, I turn on my computer and I have like four Excels that I always open, 4 Word documents that I always open, and I start my day. And that spreadsheet.
But that's so awesome, right? Because it's a system that works
It does.
for y'all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think a lot of agencies that maybe want to try digitizing, they get scared because they think they have to go with this big agency management system. And no, just find a simple system that works.
The management system, by and large, comes when your connectivity to the carriers and getting that data poured into it with
Correct.
Ivan's download and everything else.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's funny because go back in Coverica's history, and they used to have a master whiteboard in the kitchen that had all their major accounts listed out, when the renewals are, and everything else. I mean, and that worked. Your
Oh.
top commercial agents.
Oh, I've done that a couple times.
Because it works.
Well, whiteboards are awesome.
Well, right. Yeah, when you're looking at a system, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I mean, one of the top producers on the retail side, that's what he's done for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So if the system, you want the system to work, you want it to synergize, you want it to be able to be leveraged for your needs. But if it's not serving your needs, then what are we doing?
No, it's fantastic. I mean, without Ron doing what he did in the beginning, and I tell him all the time that we would not be where we're at,
Mhm.
right? Because we did. We set that solid foundation. Between him getting everything together and that BIA course, honestly,
Mm-hmm.
once that kind of got situated for us, we were like, okay, we can take a breath now. We can just start just trucking forward because, 2022 was still an off year. Like, again, we were still getting into everything. We're dealing with renewals, dealing with the hard market, still trying to build. But really getting into 2023 is when things really started exploding for us. So.
Well, and you started growing in other territories, like Colorado. You started writing in other states.
Yeah, that was a fun one. So
that was awesome.
So I was still working part-time contract jobs because, like, when I came back, I signed on to the agency, and it's like, hey, I'm going to work for 50% commission. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no salary, there's no nothing.
No, you're the husband.
The good thing is I have my retirement, right? It's a good retirement. 27 years in the Army as a warrant officer retired. I've got a decent retirement. It's not bad, right? So I was like, not a problem. I said, I will work for nothing. Just give me whatever 50%. It doesn't matter. It's going back into our bank anyway.
Right.
So I just started working, but there was a trip that I was taking out to the West Coast. As we started to board, I called Deanna up and I'm like, hey, I just got a free upgrade to first class. She's like, awesome. Yeah. She goes, well, hopefully you sit next to a millionaire and you can sell him some insurance. And I started laughing. I was like, who knows? So we do a prayer before we get on the plane. And as I get on the plane, sure enough, I sit next to this gazillionaire and we just start talking. And I wanted to know how he made his fortune. So he goes through his whole story and it's fantastic.
It's a cool story.
It was impressive, right? And he's like, yeah, I just left one of my properties in Texas. Like, well, I'm an insurance agent in Texas. I'd love to be your insurance agent. He's like, he starts laughing. He goes, no, I've got a good insurance agent. He's up in Ohio. And I'm like, really? He said, you can get licensed he has license in Texas as well. He's like, yeah, he's got license everywhere I'm at. I was like, oh, really? That's a neat idea. So as soon as we landed, I called Deanna. I was like, hey, Deanna, we can get licenses in other states. Right. I was learning insurance from nothing.
Right.
So everything that we did in insurance, well, at least I did on insurance, it was like, I just read it. Like he's starting an insurance agency, like a whole new agency, all that. I just opened up books and just started reading how to do it and went through the process of setting up our own LLC and getting everything running. And once we said that, I got back and did the research on how to get licenses in all the other states. And I started looking at states that we had opportunities in or where we wanted to travel and see people and meet people because we love our clients and we want to go meet them. So whenever we have a client in another state, it just gives us another reason to go on a road trip. And it's fantastic. It's a great time and it builds great rapport with our clients.
And you stay on that path. You're building obviously an annuity, but the other aspect is you're building relationships. Mm-hmm. And if you can have the clients 20, 30 years, these are people that you see on holidays or whatnot. That's the same story with my dad. He's got still clients that he will go out personally and travel with them because it's not just the business. The business, yes, like I'm going to take care of you, but you're also in the family.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of the fun. That's actually been one of the best parts that I've enjoyed about the insurance world so far is a lot of our clients that we meet, they're so much like us. Mm-hmm. And they enjoy the honesty and they enjoy that just knowing that we are not going to try to just sell them a policy. There's been plenty of times where we've had potential clients that we turn away and tell them, no, stick with your current agent.
This is actually a good
You
policy.
have a great relationship with them. Stay with them. Change a couple things, have them add a couple endorsements or take some out, or what you need or don't need, and you're going to be set.
Yep.
And sure enough, we have people today that aren't even our clients that are still just referring people to us nonstop.
All the time.
And it's fantastic.
It seems like just such a simple idea of just being honest and communicating what's happening. Because I think that's the other thing of talking about the difficulty that insurance is going through right now with everything. And, knowing that there's people that are like, I've been with my current agent for 10, 15 years. I call them like, why is my premium $9,000, whatever? And they'd say nothing of this to me.
Yeah.
Why? And then when I get their policies, I'm like, well, you've got a 1%. Your roof is 10 years old. Have you had your roof checked? No. And so you start these conversations, you start these processes of like, hey, there's steps you can take to kind of verify the situation. And like now, anytime I get somebody that's like roof last replaced in 2016, I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to send my roofer to check your roof first. Yeah. Because I'm not doing anything until I verify what's going on. And it's best for you to know
on the
what's
front
going
end,
on.
You're having that high level consultation where you're spending that time. Mm-hmm. And I see this as a problem with a lot of agents is that if they don't spend that time on the front end, then they're trying to save the account during the renewal versus, hey, you have that upfront conversation and you really dig into it. So that way, when the renewal comes up, it's like, hey, do you remember when we talked about this? This is how this is playing out. And it becomes quicker, and quicker.
Absolutely.
But you're still taking care of them.
Yes, absolutely. Especially right now these days where we have just kind of so much stuff going on and it's, up and down and left and right. I just think, again, it all comes down to just doing what's right. Mm-hmm. And what is right? It's the golden rule. Treat others how you want to be treated. talk to your clients the way, because I'm a consumer too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why my insurance on? No.
It's same as we relate to it. It's like
Yeah.
we do because of our backgrounds, we're also very safety conscious, right? We don't have any tickets. We take care of the house. We actually
We're
take care
insured
of
out
our
the
stuff.
wazoo.
We have all the insurance
Buy
we
an
could possibly
umbrella
have.
policy.
Even some that we'd never need until we had that torrential downpour and we almost got flood
Yeah.
into our townhome. I was surprised and I'm like, well, I'm glad we had flood insurance just in case. If it went up 2 more inches, we were done. It was coming in through the back door, and
But we got a French drain and behind our house and whatever. And last year I got flood insurance, and he was like, "Do you think we need it?" I'm like, "Probably not, but you know what? We're insurance agents. I think it's a smart thing to do."
Yeah.
He's like, "French drain." I'm like, "Yeah, but things don't work sometimes." And then
sure
literally
enough.
that last rain we had, where it was like we got I don't know how many inches in a minute.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Look at that." Another inch and we'd be, having water seep in the house. And I'm glad we got flood. So, yeah. I don't know. It's good stuff.
Now that you guys are 4 years plus in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looking back, what do you wish you would have known about buying an agency? Because that's like a huge step. Most people don't start their insurance careers by just going, hey, let's buy an agency, right?
True.
I would say the biggest lesson I learned is whether you're friends or not, whether you're family or not, business is business. And I think that if we were to buy another agency, it would be a lot more structured. I would have consulted my lawyer prior to. I would have come to Coverica and said, "Hey, Chris, I'm looking at buying this agency. What do I need to do? What do I need to know? What do I need to be concerned about?"
It's hard because when you're first doing it, your emotions really jump into it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, emotionally you're tied to it, and it's like, I have to look at this completely separate because it's a legal entity. But at the same time, it's your emotion that gives you that passion that allows you to pursue and push forward. And so you really need both, but you need to be able, I almost would say, compartmentalize them in a way.
Yeah, there's some things in the military too, is like analysis through paralysis through analysis, right? And like sometimes too much information would have probably kept us from buying it.
Yeah.
Right. Just if we would have known a little bit more about where the agency was at and then how things could go.
Would you do it again?
I would say with what we're doing right now, I'd do it 100% again.
100%.
No doubt about it. She's the best partner I've ever had in my life.
Yep.
We work so well together.
You have to say that, by the way.
No, I don't. I would normally say that. And there's been times where I probably said that in my past when I probably shouldn't have, right? Because that's the right thing to do. But like you guys asked earlier, it's like, how do you guys manage working together and being married and then doing that? We have a fantastic work-life balance.
Well, I don't know if we call it work-life, but work-life relation.
Work-life relation, I guess, yeah. But no, I mean, we literally can feel when it's time to take a break.
That's good.
And that's nice about having our own agency and all that is like, if it's a nice day and things got slow, we can take a break and go do something and have fun.
Yeah.
But that's also those road trips, right? We break away, we go on a road trip together, we're having a great time, we're meeting new people. We're still doing insurance. We have our laptops with us, our screens put up every time we stop in a hotel or even driving.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've driven to Colorado to go see my family and clients, and she'll take over and drive for 6 hours, and I'm just on the computer just working.
Mm-hmm.
It's technology is amazing nowadays, and the things you can do is just impressive.
Oh yeah. And that's kind of our I would say our 5-meter target or 10-meter target is wanting to be able to do a lot more traveling around the country to see our clients.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we had last June, we went to Washington State. We saw some of our clients out there, went and jumped off a bridge and bungee jumped, with his buddy. And while we're there, his buddy's like, "Hey, my insurance guy is retiring. You want to take over my insurance?" We're like, "For the bungee bridge?" Like, hell yeah, we do. This is awesome.
I was like, how do I insure that? I guess I got to do some more studying.
Right. I'm like, we can take some clients out there, you got to really
absolutely.
live it up. But I mean, I think that's our ultimate goal too, is to be able to, buy that adventure van and get all over the country and see our clients and see the country. We've traveled all over the world.
Sounds like its own show, Elite Security Insurance on the Road.
Oh, that'd be amazing. We talked about that too. We should have some like a crew follow us because I think we're hilarious.
He did say that one time. He's like, we should get the crew to follow us. We're pretty awesome. We're fun. We're funny. I'm like, nobody cares, bro.
I know.
Nobody cares about us.
We would watch it. I guess that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, we would watch it. There you
go. Nobody cares that much, but no, we have fun. He amazes me every day, right? Because even when we started dating and stuff, I was like, he's going to get sick of me at some point. And it amazes me that every morning I wake up and he's loves me. And I mean, I can think he's asleep and I will get up to go to the bathroom, go pee or whatever. And he'll go, look at that, make one. And I'm like, aren't you sleeping? But he never misses a beat with making me feel good about myself or showing love and affection and attention. And when we're working together, like, he'll sit there and be talking to himself. And I'm like, what? And he's like, nothing, talking to myself. I'm like, okay. And then I'll start talking to myself. He's like, what? Like, nothing. And then when he actually asks me something and I'm like, are you talking to me or I don't know, So we have too much fun. We have too much fun. We really like the work and life balance. I think, we love golf, obviously. Who doesn't? But, we'll do that. Like, oh, it's a pretty day today in the middle of, the fall or whatever. It's like, we're packing up. We're going to play golf. Sorry.